Hey, before we start, if you love horror stories that blend romance and terror, stories that, honestly, cost you everything, please, just hit that subscribe button. Have you ever kept a secret so heavy it just, changes everything? I never thought I'd fall in love with a monster. Seriously, I still haven't told anyone. Until now. It happened 2 years ago in Seattle. You know Seattle, right? It's that city where the rain never stops, and loneliness just kind of wraps around you like fog. I just moved out of a place I shared with someone who, destroyed me. A breakup so brutal that trust felt like a luxury I could never afford again. I was at this late-night bookstore on Capitol Hill, the kind with dimly lit aisles and, too many shadows in the corners. It was close to midnight, and I was reading horror novels because I guess I wanted my outside to match my inside. That's when I felt him. I didn't see him enter. He just appeared. Like he'd always been there and I was just finally noticing him. He was tall, pale in a way that looked like he hadn't seen sunlight in years. Sharp features, cheekbones that could cut glass, a jawline that belonged in a painting. He wore dark clothes and moved so quietly, he barely seemed real. But his eyes, God, his eyes were what got me. They were old, ancient, sad in a way that made you feel like you'd known him for lifetimes. His name was Adrian. We started meeting. Coffee at 2 a.m, which should have been my first red flag. Movies at midnight showings. Late-night walks through the city when normal people were asleep. But there were things that didn't add up. He never appeared in mirrors behind counters. Once, I saw a photo I took of us. He wasn't in it. I told him, and he just looked away, sadness deepening those ancient eyes. He'd disappear for days. No text, no explanation, just gone. Then he'd show up outside my apartment at 3 a.m, looking haunted, apologizing, pulling me into the cold embrace that was somehow warm enough to make me forget. He never ate. We'd sit in restaurants, and he'd just watch me, asking questions about my life, but never ordering anything. I asked him why once. He said, "I'm not hungry for food." That should have terrified me. It did terrify me. But love twists your thinking. Love makes you rationalize things that should shatter you. I told myself he was just mysterious, different, special. The real moment came on a Sunday. I was making tea, and the mug slipped from my hand. It broke, and a piece cut my palm deep. Blood welled up, bright crimson blood. Adrian's entire body went rigid. His eyes changed, pupils dilated completely, turning into 2 black wells. I could see him fighting something inside himself. His hands clenched into fists so hard I heard his knuckles crack. That's when I knew. On some level, I'd always known. He told me his story. How he was turned in 1743. How he'd watched everyone he loved age and die while he stayed frozen, unchanging. How he'd moved from city to city, century to century, always running from what he was. How loneliness had become worse than hunger. Then he showed me. His face changed, just for a moment, but long enough. His canines elongated into true fangs. His eyes turned completely red. "You said you wanted honesty," he said, his voice tortured. "Can you love something that shouldn't exist?" "Show me everything," I whispered back. He showed me his world. The Seattle I thought I knew became something else entirely. There were others like him, beautiful, ancient, dangerous, moving through the shadows. Adrian would walk me through the sleeping city at 3 a.m., showing me the layers most people never see. The secrets, the darkness, the strange beauty in things that should terrify you. "You're my last chance," he told me one night, holding me close on the Ballard Bridge. "The only memory I want to keep before I disappear." Drained bodies in the early morning. People found in alleyways, parks, apartments, all pale, all completely exsanguinated. The city spiraled into panic. Midnight became something to fear. I found him in the cathedral again, sitting in the front pew, surrounded by shadows that seemed to move independently. He looked like he was starving. His skin was gray, his eyes sunken. But even broken, he was beautiful. "They've given me an ultimatum," he said quietly. "Turn you or kill you. Those are my choices. Those are the only options I have left." I pressed my hand to his cheek. His skin was ice cold. "I'm not afraid," I whispered. But I wasn't. I was past terror. I was in love, and love had made me reckless.